Hello, viewers. Kubiando Kith and Kin. I'm SB, and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, where today we begin convincing people to support our coup. And I guess the way to do it is just to sort of cycle through each, working in each area one by one, right? Unless, can I talk to people directly? I mean, no, most areas will not have a person that I can speak to directly, right? Geoponics only does because our parents. Yeah, so let's just go work in geoponics for a month. What makes the most sense to do here? We can push empathy with this. Xenobotany gets us biology and organizing, both of which are maxed. Toughness is not super useful to us. So yeah, I guess 10 the animals is the best we can do. Work on the farm is biology and toughness. Yeah, alright, 10 the animals. A little bit of empathy. You meet your dad by the animal pens, fresh and ready for your first day at your new job. Your dad laughs at your clean clothes and your scrubbed face. Oh, Pumpkin, I'm sorry to tell you you're a little overdressed for the position, he chuckles. You're gonna get dirtier and all heck today. Go on, put on these overalls and let's get to work. You change and follow your dad to the float cow pens. He rubs their noses as he points out their names. Now, I know they're cute, but these ladies aren't pets, he says. They're livestock. And more than that, they're not really domesticated like our animals back on Earth. They're more like tame. And we give all the animals lots of room to roam, and we feed them well. They're not going to get chased down and eaten by bigger animals, and we help them if they're sick. It's a pretty good deal, I think, but they're still pretty wild, he says. You gotta be careful with them. He leans his elbows on the fence. You know, we were pretty lucky that Vertumna has herd animals, he says. It makes it a little easier. We'll probably have real domestic animals in a couple hundred years. Well, kiddo, your dad says, spreading his arms. We've got all these animals. What do you want to learn about first? How about that Unisaur I brought back, right? Your dad whistles. Yeah, that thing. We're not really sure what to do about it, honestly. People don't really domesticate carnivores on purpose, he says, because you have to raise their prey too, and it takes a lot of food to keep a carnivore happy. And you have to keep a Unisaur happy. They get really dangerous when they're hungry. Well, that sure is pretty, though, he continues. Maybe the horn could be useful for something? Honestly, it's more of a pet than a farm animal. Maybe we could train it to guard the colony? We're still kind of figuring that out. Teach me about the trippets. I never really figured out the deal with these. No joke, we thought these guys were just plants for the first couple years, your dad says. We transplanted them from the wild into the greenhouses, but I guess that was just part of their life cycle, because it turns out they're sentient and can move around and stuff. And we moved them out of the greenhouses and into the barns, but, I mean, we don't really treat them differently. They still mostly just sit there. Okay. I feel like we know a lot about sugar bugs already. They're a colony. If you tickle them, you get the sugar bug syrup. What's up, bristle slug? Oh, right. We know these. We have one of these on a card. Oh, yeah, we've got a ton of them, he says. They're great. Slow, gentle, easy to catch, which you already know. Don't let the spikes fool you. They're actually really cuddly, and they don't mind it when you pet them. It actually helps them. In the wild, they'd be scratching up on all sorts of things to knock off those itchy berries. That's, wow, weird. Weird. He scrunches up his nose. I mean, they're not really berries. They're more like eggs. Well, they're like berries, though, because they're sweet, and you know what? Never mind. Vertumnan animals are pretty weird. Well, what about the float cows? Oh, that float cow you captured is still here. Look, there it is, he says, gesturing out at the herd. Quotation marks. You squint and try to follow where he's pointing. Eventually, you see it. Wow, it is much bigger than when you saw it last. It's been eating well. And guess what? Your dad says with a grin. It was pregnant. You see all those little floaties? Our first babies. You watch as the float calves bob alongside their mother. Now, we figured out that if we keep feeding them what they'd be eating during pollen, they'll keep making milk year-round. It makes them heavy enough that they don't float away. Otherwise, we'd have to keep them on leads like balloons. I don't think this character's relationship with the animals here, like, we're very comfortable hunting and fighting. I don't think that there's, I don't think we're vegetarian, probably. Well, let's get started. Need someone to muck out the float cow stables. They might flute, but their poop sure doesn't. Have fun. Great. Great, good, great. You should probably do something about the Unisaur you captured. It's eating its way through everything. It doesn't actually produce any food, and the other ranchers are starting to get annoyed by its attitude. Like it knows something they don't. It's creepy. You figure you may as well try to get it used to taking a rider. If people could ride Unisaurs around, that would be pretty useful, especially when the robots and vehicles start breaking down. You bring it outside. It stares at you with its eerily intelligent eyes as you approach with the saddle, and only shimmies a little as you try to strap it to its back. You brace yourself and hop on and ride that Unisaur. The Unisaur takes off at a run, ducking and weaving as it tries to throw you off. You get down low in the saddle and wrap your arms around its neck. The Unisaur is an unusually intelligent animal. You can sense it trying to figure out how to throw you, or just make it too uncomfortable for you to hang on. It slams its body against the walls of the pen, trying to snap your legs. When that doesn't work, it tries rearing up on its hind legs, or reaching back to scratch you with its hand-like paws. It tosses its head to try to gouge you with its horn. Well, this is going splendidly. It's uncomfortable, but you're no stranger to discomfort, and you're not going to let this Unisaur dominate you. You hang on until the Unisaur stops fighting, its great sides heaving under your legs. You pat its scaly neck, and it tosses its head like it's sighing. You get the sense that you haven't really broken it, more than you've just convinced it that you'll be less of a hassle if it just plays along. Success! You can convince her to let you ride her now. Oh, it's another pet. +3 for rainbow flushes of 3, huh? Oh, a rainbow flush, like a red, yellow, blue. Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah, now that you can get her to stand still long enough to check, you determine this Unisaur is female. What do you name your magnificent beast? Clever Girl is not a bad one. Twilight Sparkle is, like, nearly color appropriate. Face Ripper is definitely more my style. Gosh. What's a good name? I can't think of a good, I can't think of a good unicorn from, like, a work of fiction. Face Ripper's fine. She does what it says on the box. You won't like her when she's hungry. You find some time alone with the chief cultivator to talk about your plan to peacefully depose Lum. Okay, I was a little worried that we were going to have to do, like, a couple of runs here because we had so many events stacked up, but it seems like they will all just fire in sequence, which I really appreciate. Your mom is a busy woman, probably the busiest in the colony, honestly, so you keep it brief. You explain the details of Mars's plan. Depose Lum, get voted in, save the colony, maybe the planet. I hate all this bureaucracy stuff. She groans when you're done. Say what you want about the new guy, at least he doesn't waste my time with pointless meetings. Okay, but this isn't a pointless meeting. No, you're right, she says. This is important stuff, and you're right to care about it. She leans back in her chair and puts her feet on her desk, linking her hands over her stomach. It's just, you're so young, she continues. You and Marzipan. Do you really think either of you could lead the entire colony? This isn't some hobby farm or secret club. This is the fate of human civilization on a hostile planet. Okay, I would like to hear you... I'd like to hear you give me one thing you think Lum can do that Mars and I can't. Are either of you really prepared for the tough decisions you'll have to make as governor? Oh, you better believe it. Yeah, if these are all yellow challenges, I think we're gonna fucking crush them, frankly. Okay, so... the middle card's always gonna become yellow, huh? That's a little rough. Yeah, gosh, what do I wanna... I don't really want this card to be yellow. This card being yellow is awkward. Although it does allow me to turn that into a 6. So if I play a pair of yellow 6s here, the +2 makes this the highest value again, which makes it a 10. And that's like something. And then we can play a little bit of... So wait, how does... Never mind. So we can... That was weird ourselves into... We can even put this here. It doesn't necessarily need to be red. We could make that an 11. I don't know. If I do this and play a 10 here, we can get a 3 flush. I mean, man, flushes are not usually worth focusing on, right? That said, this is going to bring us down to a 35. We can make a 35 happen on the final hand. Yeah, there's not really a stress at all, actually. So we have a wild here. I mean, what we want to do is build like a decent straight, right? We can certainly do that. And then we could like just throw another yellow card in here. There's probably like a higher version of this. It's certainly better to just play the blue, or to just play the 12 than it is to play the the on color 3. Yeah, but even if we did super gold this or whatever, like we're just gaining persuasion points we can't use. Your mom smiles, one you haven't seen in some time. Ah, look at you, she says fondly, all grown up and overthrowing the government, just like your old lady. It'd be hypocritical of me to tell you you're too young, she continues, and pats her leg. I was about your age when I lost this, fighting on Earth for what I believed in. I didn't listen to my elders either. And if I hadn't done the same thing you're doing right now, I probably wouldn't have had a place on the Strato with your father. I wouldn't have had you. So, who knows what you're capable of and where it'll take you. If you truly believe you're ready, you have my support. All right. That was always going to be the easiest one, right? Mom loves us and trusts us. I wonder if the Unisaur can get leveled up. Oh, we have another little friend following us. The way they don't animate, the way they just sort of squish and bounce, is way funnier on the big Unisaur than it is on the others. That's a delight. Hey, Cal. Here's a fruit. It's for you. So we probably have to go back out, right? So that we can have a talk with someone from Expeditions. That might be a thing we want to do right now, because we are getting a little bit thin on supplies. Hugs incoming, friend. Also, I think yeah. Okay, 89, we're getting there. Doing my best to take care of everybody. For you, a medicinal root? Maybe? Just want to try to maintain the other stuff for the people who still need it. And neither Tange nor Dis need things from us anymore. Alright, Nem gets one of the remaining Xeno eggs. That is 61. Okay, we're pushing. We're getting somewhere. I can't believe I'm so far behind on Nem. I just like totally spaced. Okay, Dis, what's up? Okay, this is when the bomb occurs. Buddy, come on. Please, no. All right. It's so wild to me that that's just 1 month he's just randomly making a bomb, and like good fucking luck to you. Medicinal roots? Dislike. I'm not sure what I'll do with this, they say. Don't these belong, outside? Are they safe? Maybe you should ask Dis about them. It's interesting that they are reluctant to take a plant from outside, right? Also, I think this is Mars's birthday, right? Yeah. Here's your birthday cake. I bought it for you. Do we want to de-stress? I'm going to de-stress. Let's do a little date. And then we're also going to do a little date with Rex. Just to make sure we are okay. Find a secret place. Interesting. This is a little different than the last time, I think. You're walking off with Rex when he suddenly changes direction, tugging you into a narrow alleyway between two buildings. Rex gestures for you to be quiet as you duck past a few windows looking into people's personal quarters. He leads you into an open area between the buildings, a blind spot with no windows facing in and nothing but the open sky above you. He turns to you and bites his lip before descending on you, all smiles as you both undress. It's not the most wholesome way to spend a bit of time with your boyfriend, but it's certainly one of the most fun. Okay, so yeah, where do we want to go out? We've already been to the ridge. Oops, sorry, apologies, I was not trying to talk to you there, Dis. I'm trying to, there we go. We've already been to the ridge, right, this year? New boss event has spawned in the ridge, though. There's not too much to do here, and there's no collectibles, critically. New boss event has spawned is definitely compelling for the area, though. We're age 18 now, so there's not that much time left in the game. I would hate to go to the ridge and feel like I'm wasting time when, like, there's definitely some weird stuff that happens in the valley, right? But I'm actually really curious about that new boss event spawned. Why would that be, right? Let's go out to the ridge. We gotta see it. We gotta see it. You managed to partner yourself with the chief surveyor herself for your next expedition. It's the perfect chance to talk to her about Governor Lum, but she beats you to it. Whew, this was easier trekking when we had hover bikes, Utopia says, as she hauls herself up a particularly difficult stretch of terrain. She reaches back to help you up. How is her hand? And that villain Lum's using them all to search for aliens now. Like, that's not like finding a needle in a haystack. He sent half my teams out to the swamps now. She gestures at her empty holster. Without weapons, I might add. He's bleeding us dry out here. She scrubs the back of her hand across her mouth. Yeah, that snake of a man thinks every little thing's a war. I don't like getting attacked by animals neither, but I sure miss being able to explore this planet without Lum getting his paws all over my division and taking my resources for his damn messy war. You know, it's funny you should mention Lum's deep incompetence. You tell Utopia about Mars's plan to overthrow Lum at the next Virtumnalia. She seems excited by the prospect. You forget how young she is compared to the other council members. That sounds stellar, she says, clapping you on the back. The only question is, who you got in mind to replace him? It's interesting that the character doesn't automatically tell her the truth here. I wonder what would be the utility of lying about this. I mean, I'm not going to. It's Marzipan. Mars, Utopia drawls. Really? Isn't she a mite, well... She's young. She crosses her arms and gives it a thought. Well, I was only 22 when I became chief surveyor, I guess. It's not too far-fetched. But why Mars? What's she gonna do different than that chauvinistic float cow's arse? Pitch me. Well, I mean, first of all, remember what Lum did to your hand, but why don't we just totally blow out this persuasion challenge? It's quite easy. She's not resisting this at all. So, how do we want to run this? This isn't a terrible time to do Noctilucent's Disdain, and we could just, like, play a 5 next to it. Yeah, the pair's pretty solid here. 25's an okay start. Then this is going to make a 9. So we can just run a pair, and also some other yellow card. Kind of doesn't matter what, I think. And then, yeah, just like absolutely blow it out. This is going to be incredible. 6, 6, 7, 8. And then also this 10, why not? That's pretty solid. That's a lot of bonuses. All right, we really convinced the entire hell out of her. She really appreciated it. You and Utopia set out for a hard day's work surveying. As you work, explain your plan. And how Mars will do everything she can to protect Vertumna once she's governor. Utopia listens patiently to your pitch for her vote, giving you ample opportunity to explain your position. By the time the second sun is beginning to set and it's time to head back to the transport, you've made a solid ally. Utopia slings her arm around your shoulders as you walk back. Now here's a tip from one young buck to another. You don't let anybody ever tell you you're too young, she says. You've been here on Vertumna just as long as any of us. You know, that's a really good point, actually. Alright, I don't think we need to do any random events necessarily, but let's run to that new boss event and see what's up. Oh, right, it's not that a new boss event spawned, it's that we weren't able to get through last time, right? And I don't remember what skill we were short, but I do know that we can just drop our photophoner and brain train, and that's gonna get us where we... Oh, it was a toughness problem, wasn't it? I didn't have enough toughness for something. Well, now we have 50, so... Yeah, I just totally... That's right, there was the boss event we didn't complete, and they respawned it for us, probably. Sim? Oh, this is that Manticore thing. Okay. Let's do a combat challenge. Let's win a combat challenge. Cards with Gems Are Wild is such a good one. Kind of want to try to save the SFC thing. Yeah, this is like kind of silly, but maybe we start like this. Because we're going to have a really juicy... yeah, we're going to have a really juicy hand here. So, +2 for each other gem on other cards. Like, we really want to play 4 of these cards. Maybe we do something like... Take that, and then... It's better to hold the SFC badge than it is to hold Potent Brew. Yeah, that's not a terrible start. And then, okay, so I think we probably want to play... Right, and then this is going to be something... So if we put this here, we can at least get a straight out of it. Yeah, easy enough. Did we win this combat challenge last time? I don't remember. It seems like it. And last time we smooched him, I don't know, maybe not. I think what I remember is that he kissed me. Well, I mean, we kissed each other, and then the Manticore came back. I'm going to kiss him. I'm not going to shove him away. This character is very open, and I don't, like, we're definitely not in an exclusive thing with any of the people we're with, right? Smooching is always like that. Kissing Sim is, you're suddenly bracingly reminded of kissing Mars, and also the realization that no, it doesn't always feel like this. Kissing Sim is different, exhilarating. Your heart pounds as you shake your head, and Sim makes a hungry noise and bends to kiss you again. You're pretty sure Mars would think this is hot if you could ever tell her. Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't know you felt this way. I'm going to say I've wanted to do this for... The thing is, I don't really... Yeah, I'm going to say I've wanted to do this for so long because there's no way this character didn't know that he felt this way. But then, yeah, the other Manticore shows up and Sim apparently dies, except, of course not, and we never really believed that he would. That stresses me out a little bit. Gain status in morning, which sucks. Do we want this card? It's a 10 when it's the only blue card you play. I think it's okay. I mean, actually, I kind of don't love it. I'm just not going to take that one. Damn it, I forgot. That sends us home. Shit. I had important stuff to do out there. All right. Fine. My skill increases are all kind of screwy, but that's fine. We probably weren't actually getting skill increases anyway. All right. We need to do something in here, and it's probably defense training. Or actually, yeah, it's defense training, right? Because our natural combat is 28, so we might be able to pull 5 points of combat even through the morning. Maybe. Oh, interesting. No text at all. Just right into it, huh? Okay. Well, definitely feels like we should do some of this. 8, 9. Sadly, I can't really make a 10 happen here, can I? We could mushwood log the helping an animal if we need to, I suppose. Yeah, if I do, that'll take care of it. It's really powerful. Our straights are very good. Okay, did not get there. Not quite to the bonus. And no convincing anybody of anything. Do I want a red 5? Yeah, I'm okay with that. It also gives us a little bit of friendship with Anemone, which is, you know, still a valuable currency to me. I should probably put my photo phoner back on. We don't really need the other thing while we're here in town. I mean, do I want to go back out? I really gotta convince... Yeah, I gotta make sure we're set on this convincing people of stuff thing. Alright. Oh, we can... Yeah, we can actually open everything up now. I suppose we may as well. We'll apply to be a tutor. The notice is still on the engineering holoweb. Hal's looking for somebody to help with after-school tutoring. I apply for this job. It's really easy to get the job. Then, I apply at the robotics lab. I'd be great at robotics. I fixed the robot. Okay, cool. Is it -1 all? Yeah, ugh. All right, so tutoring children is reasoning empathy. Actually pretty useful. Assisting or repairing robots is engineering creativity. Yeah, I might with the reasoning empathy, right? So my natural reasoning is 20. Yeah, it's still pretty tough to... All right, let's tutor children. Oh, this one we are also just not getting an event. Interesting. I wonder why. This is awkward. Can I make this work a little bit better? Okay, if we... The answer is no, not really. I can't quite... Alright, we can keep this, we can keep the pair at least. But yeah, that's pretty awkward. Whatever, it's good enough. Alright, some good reasoning, a little bit more empathy is always good. Also money. Huh. Maybe I have to do them in like a very specific order or something? So we are allowed to go out during glow now. But I don't know that I want to. Was it actually valuable to do so last time? I don't think... Well... We could certainly, like, pick things up. Here is a Xeno egg for you. Gotta remember to go hug Rex if Rex is out. Looks like Rex is not out. Yeah, that's a shame. Do I want to go out and sneak around in the glow? I don't know. I was really expecting this to be a little bit more straightforward. Maybe there's a specific order you have to convince people in? I'm a little leery of missing our window because we have until early dusk, right? So maybe I don't want to go out again just because I'm like actually really nervous about making sure we have enough time to do this. These are all equally nothing, right? Persuasion, organizing. Oh no, okay, engineering toughness, right? This is still something. Okay, getting Chief Administrator Seek alone is fairly easy. No one wants to spend time around them if they don't have to. You explain that you're intending to hijack the elections of Vertumnalia to depose the governor. The more you speak, the more it's clear that Seek is already on board. Finally, they say, rubbing their hands together with a look of unbridled glee. I was waiting for everyone to realize what an imbecile he is. The man barely knows how to read. So can we count on your vote? It depends, Seek replies. You're not the only person with ideas around here. I was planning on making a go at governor myself. They extend their hand to you, rubbing 2 fingers together. Unless you can provide significant motivation to throw myself behind your cause instead. She wants a bribe? You're not certain wants to be governor and is easily bribed is a great combination, but this is what you're working with here. Seek gives you a slimy smile. Yeah, will 100 kudos suffice? Absolutely, Seek purrs. You transfer 100 kudos through your hollow palm to theirs. Well, Seek asks, for whom do you intend me to cast my vote, It better be good. If you don't get majority support, Lum will come down hard on those of us who showed disloyalty. He may be an idiot, but he's an idiot with power. Mars, please. Seek's lip curls. Marzipan. They laugh. Well, I suppose she is a rather cunning politician, considering her age. Her materialism is a concern. Very well. I will support her when time comes. Though we'll have to see what the rest of the council thinks, won't we? Yeah, I'm working on that. Okay, I'm glad we got that done at least. Card becomes blue is just like shitty here. Is there a reason not to just play all of the yellow cards? I don't think so. I think we just play all the yellow cards. This is like kind of awkward. It's very difficult to build anything here. If I play this, this will become a 4 and that'll become a 6. So maybe what I want to do is like... That's pretty strong, right? Yeah, I think we can do it like that. Alright, lots of engineering, fair amount of toughness, pretty good overall. We're really close on combat. I definitely do want that perk. Oh, you know what time it is. This year, Anemone's heading up her own squad. You see her red hair bobbing along with the others as she rushes to defend the walls, and I rush out after her. Yeah, this is where they just sort of like mill around. We rush out to the walls. We're fighting, open fire. I'm like pretty okay at combat this time. This is going to get us our combat bonus. How do we... It's not a big deal to lose 1 point on this, and then we can just play like another 4. Just pull a pair. And then this seems like it'd be an okay time to play all of our blue cards. Fix rundown tech and also just tack an 8 on the front of that. I don't love fixing rundown tech as like... Oh, actually, though, hold on. If I play this in the becomes 4 slot, it actually gains 4 points of value contributing to the thing, and then it is able to match with both of the cards around it. That's obviously what we should do. And then... Let's see here. So we can go 7, 8... I need a +2, so we have a 5. But this is going to be a 4 no matter what. What am I talking about? So that being the case, we're kind of just like in a crappy place to get here. We can get some value there, and then also. Now see, this +2 does apply over top of the card becomes 4. Why does that work? Those effects usually don't work that way. I mean, whatever. It's a win. Take it. Far from the best win, but a win. Okay. Colony defense up. The colony defense has got to be quite high, I feel like. Governor Lum comes charging up. I need command of your squad. I'm taking them down to the courtyard to engage the enemy directly. Hey, don't you need us up here supporting the defenders from the walls? This seems like an opportunity to drive a wedge between Lum and Security Chief Rhett, maybe? Let's ask the Security Chief. Anemone looks relieved. Yeah, let me just check in with Rhett, okay? He might need us. Let me just check. Lum nods her forward, and Anemone steps away to confer with Rhett over here speak. When she returns, she looks unsure. He says, you can't order a bunch of kids into the worst part of the fighting just because you think it'll look cool, she repeats. He wants us to stay on the walls. Lum throws his hands in the air in disgust. You Stratos are even more cowardly than I thought. This spurs your Helio squad mates into action. They abandon Anemone and follow the governor down into the courtyard below. Yep, then the colony comes out of hiding together in the courtyard. There's a lot of violence. Survived another year with remarkably few casualties. As the gates are secured and people begin to pick through the mass of bodies, you spot Dis watching from up on the walls. As he meets your eyes from a distance, you wonder how tonight's battle might have gone if you hadn't stopped him from planting that bomb. I do wonder that. I really wonder that. Okay, so we're a little short on time, but we are actually doing an okay job of, okay, yeah, combat level 1 was shop weapons. Out of curiosity, are they cool? There's the plus 50 combat rifle. That's pretty alright. Plus bonus to red pairs. That's something. There are a lot of good ones. There are a lot of really powerful ones. I really like the combination that our pets give us of lower stress and better skill gains. But it's certainly the case that the increased skill gains are getting less valuable as we are actually gaining skills fewer and fewer times. All right. So part of me wants to make a run outside real fast because we do have important stuff to do. We do have like gifts to gather. We are kind of out of stuff. Okay, this is the one where Vase kicked the shit out of Rex, and we just deal. I'd rather be friends with one good Rex than with 100 of Vase's bully cronies. Naomi, you're very sweet. What should we do here, is the question. People should know the truth, right? They should. I'm a little more upset about the relationship, like the interpersonal aspects of this than the last character, I think. It's too late for that, Rex says. People don't like changing their minds. Not when they might get beat for it. Yeah, you ain't wrong about that. And then he's just like, that's why I try not to let it get to me until it, kills me and or other people. And then we're all left to go, gee, who could have done something about this? Who could have stopped it? Plus 5 to flushes that involve this card. That seems very good. You know what my hammock needs? Oh, right. The automatic snack delivery system. I remember this event. Where are we at on engineering? We're probably not that far off from the actual 100. Okay, so yeah, we gained some engineering. We gained some friendship with Rex. I remember this. And that's actually a good card, I think. Hugs incoming, of course. And also, my friend. I got you a present. I don't know that we even need to press, like, what is the value of getting up to 100? But I'm doing it. And then, yeah, I really do want to go out. Nomi, you get the last collectible. Only 65 with Nomi. It's tough to get Nomi up as fast. All right. Yeah, let's go out and get a collectible. And I mean, there's only one place really that we could want to go here. My stress is a little high. I think this still makes sense though. To the ridge where we have the boss event, but this time for real. And at least this time we get to also pick up a bunch of collectibles, in particular strange devices, which will be good for Nomi. I don't think there was anything up there. We probably aren't going to see anything else. I guess the Thumper event. So yeah, the fact that our stress is high probably doesn't really matter. Like, it's probably okay. A glittering crystal cluster. At some point we're going to bump into Sim again. Here we go. Sim, you're not dead, which I knew. I saw you die, except no, I know you're, yeah. How can you just die and come back? Yeah, no, that sounds normal. I'm willing to accept that. I'm happy you're alive. So what do you really do here? We know all this. We know Sim's whole deal. Oh, more event. Okay. We will not eradicate your colony. Instead, you will be tended to, just as the gardeners tend to the rest of the planet. In exchange, humans will stay within their colony and limit their population growth so as to maintain balance. What, like a human nature reserve? More or less, the Overseer responds. You are a curiosity to us as well as a sentient species. We would like to preserve you without endangering the ecological balance of this planet. I mean, there's no reason to say I refuse. Like, we'll try at least. As Sim leads you back to the surface, you quietly wonder at him. Yeah. I think we do take Sim's curiosity. I think that's a fine card. The fact that it's a base 5 makes it a lot more compelling than Sim's Curiosity 2. And I feel like the encounter we just had is probably a critical part of any kind of peaceful ending. All right, Utopia, what's up? Oh, okay, it's just that drone thing again. Well, that's just free points of engineering. Hard to be upset about that. This is Sim's de-stressing plateau, right? Yeah, okay. Or distance, rather. It's worth taking advantage of every time we run past, probably. Not as many weird alien devices as I was hoping. But we got some crystal clusters too. Those are good. Those are useful to our ends. Okay, there's a little bit more stuff here at the end. Alright, let's do this. Find a way in. Yeah, maybe this is a bad idea, or maybe I just keep going. Try to explain it to Dis, and then keep going. Stressing out pretty bad here, but I'm going to tough it out. One more room. Oh, I fucking overstressed. God damn it. Alright. Well, I'm injured, but I need to rest anyway. Yeah, we're definitely close to actually maxing out engineering. Hop-Eye. No, I'm going to wake myself up. I know it's a dream. You resist the temptation to chase the little Hop-Eye and instead lay back down in bed, telling yourself to wake up, and it works. Gain status insomnia. I have too many statuses. I can't even see that. It's your birthday. You're 19 years old. Okay. So, I think we want to rest in the park, right? Because we might be able to level up the Unisaur. Probably that works. Hey, you like crystal clusters, right? You like them just fine. Okay. Oh. I didn't realize we could pet them. They don't light up when you mouse over them. I hit space when I was trying to talk to Cal, and I was a little closer to the Unisaur. Huh. Alright, yeah. People are harassing him. I wish they would just leave him alone. This whole war is light speed stupid. Yeah, we gotta figure out a way to live in harmony with nature, which doesn't mean that we never fight them, because, like, you know, nature also fights nature, but it does mean that we gotta figure out something better than what we're doing now. It's my birthday, and so Tammy's gonna want to give me a cake, because Tammy's the best. I share it with Tammy, get a little bit of free relationship that way. Yeah, we may as well cap out. But first, we have the opportunity to perform a random act of kindness. Actually, this will cap us out. And this teaches us Congruence's birthday. Interesting. Congruence, the ship's tireless AI, has attended every birthday, but has never had one of her own. Tammy comes up with the idea to throw Congruence a surprise party. Sure, she doesn't have a birthday like you do, so you just make one up. And it's today. Hooray! Okay, cool. Empathy. I'll take that. There's no hiding from Congruence, though. She sees everything in the colony, including you two setting up. but she still pretends to be absolutely delighted when Tammy presents her with her cake, a collection of solar converters tied together with an electrical cord. That's actually really adorable. So that has us at actual 100 with Tammy, yeah. Tammy's a delight. I'm so glad I saved the life of a child. Alright. I don't have an egg for you. I have a crystal cluster. Does not like that. I probably knew that already. Actually, no, never mind. It did not get you a present. I'm sorry, Rex. I did a terrible job of finding you more presents. You get a strange device. And... that's everybody, I think. Yeah, we don't need to give anything to Dis. So I guess we just go rest over here. Well, is it better to, you know what? Maybe I don't even actually care about. Yeah, maybe it's better not to try to get the Unistar leveled up because we're not even equipping it. Maybe we just rest in here and try to have events that are related to the living quarters instead. Anne is easy to track down. She's in the rebuilt creche giving a bottle to one of the new babies. Despite everything, people are still having babies. It's incredible to think. Oh, Solwyn, she says, giving you a gentle smile. Would you mind passing me that canteen? You hand Anne the canteen that had been just out of her reach, and she juggles the bottle to hold it and the baby in one hand while she takes a grateful drink. Ah, never enough hands, she says. Someone should figure out how to give us telekinesis. Let's see science work on that, She laughs, which rocks the baby in her arms. What can I do for you, Solwyn? Well... Anne listens patiently as you explain the plan to force a vote at the next Vertumnalia to depose Lum. When you're done, she sets the bottle down and lifts the baby onto her shoulder to burp. That's quite the plan, she says, rubbing the baby's back. You've come a long way from when you were this little. I'm proud of you for sticking to your guns no matter what happens. So can we count on your vote? Anne makes a thoughtful noise. Well, I'm not one for fighting any wars on nature. Honestly, I'm so busy with the living quarters and the kitchens and the creche I barely pop my head outside these days. But I do trust Lum to do what's best for us. He's a little empty in the noggin, but he surrounds himself with good people, and that's what matters to me. The baby lets out a wet-sounding burp, and Anne coos at it. Great job, great work, better out than in. Well, Anne says, turning her attention back to you, what do the others think? If they're on board, I don't mind chipping in a vote to make it a majority. I have 3 votes? Oh, look at you, Anne says fondly. You're really serious, aren't you? How wonderful to see you all grown up. Somewhere in the creche, a baby starts to cry. Anne stands up and excuses herself. You'll have my vote, dear heart, she says. You can count on your Aunt Anne just like always. Wait, was 3? I don't mind chipping in to make it a majority. Was 3? How big is the council? Things I should absolutely have already known before starting on this. I think I'm cool dropping harvesting mushwood. Hold on, let me go look at the size of the council. Okay, so here's the insomnia. I'm not gaining blue points correctly. That's probably not a big deal. So I'm not going to bother with this because we know it doesn't do anything. View the notice board. The size of the council is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and Governor Lum himself. So yeah, if we have 4 votes, that's it. That's all we need. Cool. Was easy. So what do we want to do now? I guess going back out to going back out to make this ridge event actually happen is the only thing that makes any sense. It's a little bit of a bummer that you can't see. I wish it would show you your current level, and also, okay, so we need 7 points of engineering. I'm wondering if maybe we want to go back after this wears off. So what we do instead is what? What we do instead is push empathy. We go work in the bar, right? Is this better than the other empathy job? Work in the cafe. It gives creativity. It gives us more opportunity for living event or living space events, which we have definitely not seen all of. It also makes us a lot of money. So this is main empathy. So we gain empathy really fast when we do it this way. If we go the other way and we tutor students, we also gain reasoning. We get a very small amount of empathy from this, though. Right now we're at 25 reasoning, so we're not even really that close. And yeah, trying to like push reasoning primarily while we have mental skills decreased. Let's do the empathy job a couple more times. I don't know if we'll have time to max it out. I would like to. I'd like to see what the final perk is. But also I'm sure we haven't seen all the events here. You report to the cafe for your first shift as barista, expecting to be shown how to, well, do anything. What you're met with instead is a crowd of people who'd like their blep tea and they'd like it now. You barely know how to pour water. This isn't going to go well. You get set up behind the bar and start taking orders. After a few false starts, you quickly figure out how to brew blep tea and pour the lightly fermented potato juice so it doesn't form a head. Foaming soy or float cow milk for the perfect latte is still a disaster, though. Most people are understanding and are happy to order a different drink while you're learning, but by midday you realize your tip jar is completely empty. The people want lattes. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to do like Tammy says, just get after it. So, this is a good time to play some red stuff. Here we go, here's some red cards, just like raw value cards. And then 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's probably a decent way to do that. And look at all this yellow stuff. So is there a way to... No, probably not. This is counting as a creativity challenge, so if we super gold it, we just get more creativity anyway. But empathy is generally the lead stat here, right? Or no, this is just because that was the creativity challenge before the actual thing. You scald some soy milk, but after a while you get the hang of it. You start slinging lattes to the grateful caffeinated masses. Chief Engineer Instance comes by to see how you're doing, and you tell her that you're totally underwater. Weren't you supposed to get some kind of on-the-job training? For what? Instance laughs. It's pouring drinks, not genetic engineering. I told you you'd get the hang of it. No, I'm good at genetic engineering. She takes a sip of her blep tea. That's a good card. See, she says, anyone can do it, even you. You think she's trying to be encouraging? Okay, that's a lot of points of creativity that we don't actually get any benefit from. Okay, and then that blue thing has worn off like immediately. What's up, Tammy? Oh, there you are, Selwyn. Tammy bounds over to you in a bright mood, her daughter Echinacea in a sling at her bosom. Could you do me a big favor and come with me to the cafe? I need your opinion on a thing I've been making. Grumble, grumble, I'm kind of busy, but okay. No, obviously, with pleasure. This is a funny option, though. It's a surprise birthday party. That is surprising, because it's extremely not my birthday. It's not your birthday, but as you walk into the cafeteria, all your friends jump out cheering. They're wearing knit party hats, throwing streamers, and blowing noisemakers, and you're pretty sure you can see a tiered display of cupcakes. Real ones, not soy cakes. Tammy skips toward you and throws her arms around you, squishing Echinacea in her sling between you. You sputter that it's not your birthday, but Tammy just laughs. I know it's not your birthday, silly, but you've been feeling under the weather, and I wanted to show you how much we all love you. The others raise their I've been feeling under the weather? Is that true? I guess, yeah, there was that period. The others raise their glasses to you. They cheer happy birthday again, laughing at the joke. You can feel their love like a blanket wrapping around your shoulders. You're so special to us, Selwyn, Tammy says. Echinacea gurgles and lets out a warning wink, and Tammy bounces from side to side. I want you to enjoy yourself. Go ahead and mingle while I put the finishing touches on everything, okay? Tammy gives you one last sunny smile as she bustles away. The sound of Echinacea fussing and crying is audible over the murmur of conversation that erupts as the party begins in earnest. What do you do? Dis is not an option here. I was going to check in with Dis. I guess I'm going to go say hey to Anemone. Anemone is sitting cross-legged on top of one of the tables, flipping a coin. Weird. Hey, Selwyn, she says as you approach, snatching the coin out of her hair with a crooked grin. Heads or tails? Tails? Anemone slaps the coin onto the back of her hand. Ha! She exclaims. It's heads. Looks like you're just as accurate with a coin flip as you are on the range, Hoss. Anemone holds the coin up to you. It's a challenge coin, she says proudly. The Helio soldiers have this thing where you gotta always have your coin with you, because if someone wants to see it and you don't have it, they get to nail you in the arm. She punches the air. It frickin' rules. She tells like having an excuse to hit somebody. Anemone produces a second coin from her pocket and presses it into your hand. She kisses you noisily on the cheek. We got one for you. Happy birthday, friendo. You're the best. First Hoss and then friendo, huh? Over the din of the party, you can hear Echinacea shriek in fury. What now? We're going to say hi to everybody, right? It's easy to find Rex. He's the loudest one in the room, and he's absolutely covered in children. Like a golem made out of smaller golems. Like a Voltron. Come on, you know we're all going to get the reference. They're climbing all over him and tugging on his ears, but he's taking it in stride. Everyone say hi to Selwyn, Rex says, and the children all yell at you before releasing Rex and scattering like stink roaches. Rex laughs and takes the chance to stretch, swinging his arms over his head. Thanks, I was done for. He sidles over to you, bumping your hips together as he drapes his arm over your shoulder. Happy not birthday, babe, he says, and leans down to kiss your forehead. Considering a career change? Rex lolls his head to the side. I do make a pretty good climbing gym, he says thoughtfully. It's one of my many talents. Tammy had to bring all the kids she babysits here so she could set up the party, so I figured I could give her a break. Rex's ears twitch as an ear-piercing squawk from Echinacea rips through the air. Oof, some things I can't help with, though. Let's go say hi to Nomi. Nomi is playing a game on their holopalm, which is helping to entertain some of the children from the creche. When they see you, Nomi jumps to their feet and waves so enthusiastically that their holo fizzes out. Selwyn, they shout. That's Japanese, right? Omerito, I know Omerito. Nomi throws themselves around your arm and you spin them around. The children scatter, shrieking in delight. When you put Nomi back down, they bounce back on their heels and spark up on their holopalm again. Let's take a photo. What frame do you want? Probably the cherry blossom trees? Oh, yes, Nomi exclaims. I know all the trees here are pink, but that one's still my favorite. You and Nomi throw up peace signs while their holo takes the picture. Nomi scribbles BFF on it with their finger, and seconds later, the haptic input in your own holo pulses as you get a copy. As you wave goodbye to Nomi, you can overhear some of the other partygoers talking about how Echinacea's been cranky because she can't nap without Tammy carrying her. What do you do now? Part of me feels like maybe I should just go find Tammy so that Echinacea can calm down. But I also feel like it would be rude not to say hi to everybody, right? Mars has set up court in the middle of the room, holo screen in front of her and glass of wine in hand. As you approach, she touches palms to transfer her files with someone you recognize from command, who skitters away into the crowd. Darling, Mars exclaims, standing up and breezily depositing air kisses on both of your cheeks. She smells amazing. Happy birthday. It's marvelous what Tammy can do with a little determination. A little rustic, but charming. Hey, I couldn't have asked for better. Mars puts both hands on your shoulders and fixes you with a pitying look. Your lack of imagination is tragic, but we can talk about that another day. Mars lets you try a sip of her wine. You're not sure what earth wine tastes like, but you hope it's better than this. Mars laughs at your face as you bravely swallow it. Well, it's an acquired taste. Mars looks around, then leans in to murmur in your ear. Hey, come find me after the party. It's not really your birthday, but you still deserve a present. She steps back and winks, putting one finger to her lips. Yeah, okay. You spot Tammy passing a tray of food to someone so she can change Echinacea. Let's go say hi to Tange. You almost didn't expect to see Tangent here, but here she is, sitting quietly at a table near the edge of the room, sipping water and watching the party unfold. She gives you a small smile as you slide into a seat across from her. It's not your birthday, she says, cutting right to the chase. This is patently ridiculous. Well, parties are an important bonding ritual. I know how to talk to Tange. Tangent's icy smile warms a little. I'm glad at least you recognize that this is an exercise in cognitive dissonance, or I'd have to wonder who you are and what you did with Salwyn. The corner of her mouth twitches up, teasing. You can hear Tammy singing a nonsense song to Echinacea. Let's go talk to Mom and Dad. Your mom and dad are chatting by themselves, but when they see you approach, your dad cheers and scoops you up in a big hug. Your mom laughs. My little gooseberry, your dad says. I know it's not really your birthday, but your mom and I think you're great every day, so why wait? Your dad puts his hands on your shoulders and gives you a serious look. I know things have been hard for you lately. I just wanted you to know that no matter what, your folks are here for you. All the way. Your mom nods. Your dad's right, she says. We'll always be here for you. There's nothing you can't handle. A quavery cry wobbles through the air, and you can see Tammy rocking from side to side as she tries to comfort Echinacea. Well, let's go talk to her. You leave the party behind, seeking out Tammy. When she sees you, she makes a shooing motion. No, go enjoy your party. Echinacea squawks, pulling at Tammy's hair. She winces and patiently pries the baby's chubby, grasping hands from her hair. Seriously, goodness, don't waste your time here with me. Well, there's nowhere I'd rather be than with you. These are both a little, familiar, I think. But yeah, I guess this one's closer to platonic. Tammy's expression goes soft. Oh, she says. That's so nice of you to say. Tammy flags down Nougat, who's been running plates back and forth. Could you please play with Echinacea for a little bit? Salwyn and I are going to get some air. Okay, so both of those options lead to this. This clearly how this is constructed. Echinacea gurgles happily as Nougat takes her, and Tammy turns to you. Okay, I'm all yours, Salwyn. You and Tammy slip out the side door of the cafe and set off toward the garden. Tammy seems grateful for the break. She chats animatedly about the plans to build a new creche now that the second wave of colonists are beginning to realize the benefits of raising children communally instead of saddling whoever birthed them with all the responsibility. I hope that means Echinacea will have lots of other creche sibs soon, just like we did, Tammy says with a wistful smile. I want her to be happy like we were. You both look over at the walls and the threat of danger they represent. Tammy doesn't comment on her use of the past tense, and you let it sit in the air between you. Not awkward, just accepting. It's quiet in the garden this time of day. Everyone's either at the party or catching some rest while the suns are at their highest. A garden bot hops by on its spindly bird legs. You and Tammy are alone. Even in your silence, Tammy senses you might have something to say. What's on your mind, Salwyn? You know, I was just thinking, I'm so lucky to have you as a friend, because, nobody else in the colony was going to do this, right? Tammy's gentle laughter fills the air. She slips her arm in yours and rests her head against you. Well, I'm the one who's lucky, Salwyn. I don't know why you chose to be my friend, but I'm so grateful. You and Tammy enjoy a few more minutes together in the garden, cloud watching and talking about whatever crosses your mind. Tammy's simple thankfulness is infectious, from her excitement over a new flower to her steadfast love for you shining through her every word. You can feel your heart unburden itself with each step, dropping your troubles like stones to mark where you've been. That's very de-stressful. Eventually, it's time to head back to the party. There's cupcakes to eat, after all, and Tammy's Care 3 is, I think, a lot more difficult to use in a straight than the earlier levels, but it's probably a lot of value. Tammy takes Echinacea back from Nougat, But before you can rejoin the party, Tammy stops you with a hand on your arm. Wait, I have a present for you, too. You protest that Tammy has really already done enough, but Tammy's hearing none of it as she presses a book into your hands. The title reads, 100 Reasons Why I Love You. The book is filled cover to cover with memories, fond observations, not food observations, and even little sketches, all in Tammy's loving hand. Well, there's more than 100, she says, shyly, tugging on her ear. I wrote the title first, but then I couldn't stop writing. You don't know what to say. Tammy's simply the best. Also, here's nougat for some reason. The rest of the party goes off without a hitch. Even little Echinacea is well behaved now, letting Tammy light the cupcakes. As you blow out your candles and everyone cheers, your only wish is to be able to feel like this forever, surrounded by love and support. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty rad. That would be alright, I guess. Anyway, we should, give people gifts or whatever. Man, we gotta. There's a way to get her out of this relationship, right? We definitely did that last time. I don't remember exactly what we have to do, but she deserves it. She really, really deserves somebody to help her out. Okay, Rex. We haven't hugged yet this month. And then also, I got you a present. Did I got you a present? I didn't got you a present. Never mind. Never mind. I am none on presents. Okay. Oh, cool. Actual gifts for Nem. Well, I kind of feel like we gotta go out and nail down this this event, right? And then at some point, I'm not sure how we're gonna get from Lum deposed to Mars making some kind of peace deal with the gardeners, but I guess we have some time. Yeah, we're age 19 and we have until the end of year 20, right? So, I mean, that said, I want to get the pieces in place as quickly as possible. So yeah, I think we survey the ridge. And I just do a better job this time. It's embarrassing that I have to go back out here. Also, there's a collectible remaining. I missed one. Is it up here? Was I wrong when I thought there was nothing to grab? It is up here. It was a yellow flower. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty useful one. This time we have all of the headroom in the world, stress-wise. We do have 50 toughness. Yeah, we're going to get it this time. I don't even remember what this actually does when you complete it. I just remember that it feels important. Oh, it's Sim getting out of his tube. Selwyn, I didn't see you come in. Oh yeah, sorry to bother you. It's no bother if it does not bother you, because he's still trying to flirt with me. Is there anything more you wish to know about me? I feel like, even though we know all this stuff, I don't know, there could be a mechanical component to having asked all these questions. What should we humans do? Perhaps redeeming you will be the greatest act of love we could perform in the name of our imperfect creators. It would be a shame to destroy you. I agree with that. That would be a shame. I find myself unable to stop myself from wondering what it would be like to touch another while I am vulnerable to sensation like this. Oh, yeah, I can help you out a little bit with that. Am I going to kiss? I'm going to kiss him. Okay, we don't need to read too much detail about his moans. I just realized how long this episode's been. You and Sim make out for a while, losing track of time in the womb-like warmth of the cave. Your sounds of pleasure echo off the walls, joined with the subtle slosh of the regeneration vat and the gentle hum of the nearby array. No one comes to find you. There's nothing except the stillness of each other, and all worries that have plagued you fall away in the pleasure that is discovering the ways Sim is so like yourself and so alien at the same time. I feel this way about basically all humans. Eventually, though, Sim pulls away. His mouth is shiny, kiss-bitten and smiling. Would that I could keep you here forever, he murmurs, resting his forehead against yours. That I could protect you from the judgment of the Overseer, as I have protected you from the perils of Vertumna itself. That feels way more appropriate for this character, right? I feel like the previous character discovered Sim, whereas this character had to be saved several times. He runs his thumb across your lower lip, entranced. Few people would understand our coupling if they could know about me at all. It is not fair to ask for your discretion, as I've asked for so much of you already, but it would bring me great comfort if... He sounds frustrated by the inelegance of his thoughts. It would be a terrible secret for you to bear, but I should like to kiss you again, he says, and I would not like to stop. Something in your heart pangs with the words and the memory of kissing him before, and the pain of losing him. Fucking, we should date. You know what? Why not? Honestly, maybe this is necessary. Maybe you can't get a peaceful ending from the Gardeners without sort of like stoking Sim's love for you. I hate to approach it in like so mercenary a way, but it could be, right? Date, Sim echoes. It is such an unassuming word for the universes of pleasure I would find in your company. But it does sound lovely. Sim kisses you again, deeply. I would like to date you, he murmurs. What a pleasant euphemism. Yeah, wild. This game is fucked up. In the best way, understand. No, wait, sorry. We know we don't need to go this way. I really appreciate how, like, the super non-judgmental, like, to the point of not even feeling like it's a thing that's worth explaining. It is about, like, polyamory. Just, like, if the people who are involved in the polyamory are cool with it, like, there's no reason to even go, well, listen, we know this differs from the norms you're used to. Just, like, people can be happy. It's cool. All right, find a way in. Keep going. Try to explain it to Dis. Not that that feels necessary. Keep going. Tough it out. One more room. You take a big hit there. All right, we just got to endure the pain. We just got to make it to the other side. Got to find a 110 plus 5 bonus to physical pairs, really. Okay, well, that's a little... So, hold on. Not this, sorry. This and that. Yeah, and that counts as a physical pair, so... I guess I should probably run this here. But if I run that there, yeah, then it's no longer 7 and 7, and I don't have a 9 to pair with it, so... Yeah, I'll take that. 31's a good start. Can't get a physical pair here. This is natively a 5? That's really rough. It's like 3, 4, 4. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to make that. I'm not gonna be able to make that give up the super high value. Do you want to go like 3, 4, 5, 6? That's pretty all right. You're doing 47 here, which might involve a little bit of a push potentially. Although 6, 7, 8 value is wild, and then like another 8 allows us to pull a 3 of a kind there. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I'll take that. It was not, in fact, the best score, but it was something. Okay, so you see the web of possibilities. Wow. We gained a lot of stuff there. Is this what happened last time? You slip into some kind of waking dream, layers upon layers of visions. Dis is your lover, or Mars, or Tammy. You're a boy and a girl, or both and neither, young and old, Farmer, hunter, politician, you're dead and you're alive and you've never been born. Time unravels before you, an infinite tapestry crumbling wherever you look. I do not remember this thing occurring. That's wild. You see the web of possibilities and understand what time truly is. It's all happening at once, and none of it will ever happen. It's only sheer chance that any one possibility comes into existence, not any intrinsic truth of the universe, or of fate. It's just a glimpse, probably over in a second, but a glimpse of an eternity you can hardly fathom. Then you see the wormhole, enormous in the starry sky. You look down and see yourself on a plateau gazing up at it. You recognize the place. A gnarlwood bluff, not far from the colony. Oh, I know all about this. The vision is crystal clear and you feel in control in a way you haven't since you started having these visions. You know you must go there. Okay, yeah. Selwyn, are you okay? I do tell Dis what I saw. Why wouldn't I? Why didn't I see it? I was here too. I want to know everything. Well, I'm gonna tell him about my dreams and everything. Like, he ought to know that. Yeah. I think I had Explore Glow unlocked already, didn't I? But yeah, I'm happy to have nailed this event down. So at this point we just go home, and I feel like we're on the paths we need to be on. We capped out engineering. That's pretty rad. I don't remember what you get for capping out engineering. It turns out it's it's the 4th gear slot. Cool. That being the case, what do we want? I could certainly just keep the brain trainer on and put my photophoner back on. I don't hate that. Although, actually, the brain trainer is probably of pretty limited utility at this point. It's like, increasing my reasoning is really the only thing it's doing. I guess it's getting us over 57. It's getting us over 50 toughness, which is something, sort of. Yeah, if we were going to take the brain trainer off, what would I put on? Probably just like the sun medallion. The Unisaur is going to be less value than the sun medallion basically always. They just make it easier to hit challenges. Because yeah, I feel like we're gonna be nailing thresholds like basically all the time. Here, I brought you egg. Wait, no, sorry, I gotta stop. It is so easy to just keep rolling. I need to stop rolling. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Apparently, the coup is up and ready to go. I really was worried that it was going to be a little bit more difficult or failure prone, but we just nailed it. Maybe. We'll see what happens next episode. Actually, I'm wondering if it's going to maybe turn to violence or something. That being the case, maybe I should have my rifle equipped. I don't know. Come back next time to see if Lum tries to solve his little democracy problem with an outburst of fascist violence, and we'll see you then.